Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to this episode of Jim's 5am Club. It's a cloudy old day here in Sydney town. It's Melbourne Cup Day, and we'll see what happens on this really important day in Australia. But what I'd like to do first is go through another book, and the book that I want to cover today is entitled The 5 Languages of Love for Children. And this book extends the concept of love languages, originally introduced by Chapman in his book for adults, to the realm of parenting. So the authors of this book are Gary Chapman and Ross Campbell, and the book was published on the 15th of April 2016, and what we're looking here for is the secret to loving children effectively. So the authors argue that understanding and speaking a child's love language is essential for nurturing their emotional well-being and fostering a strong parent-child bond. So what can we learn here? Where can we start? Understanding love languages. Chapman and Campbell outline 5 distinct love languages. The first one is words of affirmation. The second one is quality time. The third one is receiving gifts. The fourth one is acts of service. And the last one is physical touch. And the authors suggest here that each child has a primary love language that speaks to their heart. Identifying and utilising a child's love language helps parents communicate more effectively with their children. So let's just go through these and see what we can learn. Words of affirmation. For children whose primary love language is words of affirmation, verbal praise and encouragement are crucial. Compliments, kind words, and expressions of love help these children feel valued and appreciated. The authors emphasize the need for sincerity in affirmations to foster a children's self-esteem. Quality time is looked at as well. Children whose love language is quality time thrive on undivided attention from their parents and people around them. Engaging in meaningful activities together, having conversations, and simply being present are essential for these children. The authors stress that quality matters more than quantity. Receiving gifts is another love language. For some children, receiving gifts is a primary way that they feel loved. This does not necessarily mean expensive or lavish gifts. Rather, it's about thoughtfulness behind the gesture. The authors encourage parents to give small, meaningful gifts or tokens of love that show that they are thinking of the child. Acts of service. Children who value acts of service tend to feel loved when parents do things for them, such as helping them with their homework, making them a favourite meal, or assisting them with their chores. The authors highlight that these acts demonstrate care and support, reinforcing the child's sense of security and need for connection. Physical touch is another love language that this book addresses. For children whose primary love language is physical touch, physical affection is paramount. Physical affection such as hugs, cuddles, and gentle touches convey love and comfort. The authors explain that physical affection is vital for emotional development, helping children feel safe and loved. Identifying your child's love language is the trick. The authors provide practical strategies for parents to identify their child's love language. Observing how children express love to others, what they request most often, and their reactions to different forms of affection can provide insights into their primary love language. So just listening, watching, seeing, and feeling and being attuned to your child is critical, because psychologists say that a person will basically express their love languages, or their love language, their primary love language, to others in terms of what they say and do. So the trick is to be a detective of your child's love language. The authors also talk about speaking the right love language to your children. Doesn't matter what you do, if you're not attuned to your children's love language, then you're not going to be able to connect as effectively, because a child who needs hugs is not going to be happy necessarily with you just showering them with gifts. So you've got to speak the right love language to your child in order to connect, to be effective, and for them to feel loved and cherished. Once parents identify their child's love language, they should, wherever possible, intentionally incorporate it into their daily interactions. By consistently speaking the child's love language, parents cultivate a strong emotional bond and help their child feel secure and valued. And the authors then go on to talk about the importance of adaptation. Chapman and Campbell, the dual authors here, emphasize that children grow and develop their love languages, and they may change over time depending on the influences they have or the experiences that they enjoy. So what the authors here are saying is that one step doesn't fill every gap. Parents should remain attuned to their children's evolving needs and adapt their expressions of love accordingly, ensuring that their children continue to feel love throughout the different stages of their growth and development and their lives. The last one is to build emotional security. The overarching message of this book is that understanding and speaking a child's love language fosters emotional security. When children feel loved in a way that resonates with them, they are more likely to develop healthy self-esteem, resilience, and positive relationships with others. There you go. Thank you very much for joining me on this episode of Jim's 5am Club on this cloudy Sydney spring morning. And good luck today in the Melbourne Cup. May the best horse win. Bye for now.